Manchester United have won their first match of the Ralph Ragnick's era. Manchester United won, Crystal Palace nil. It is not a score that we would like to have frequently, but the game was very intense and very attacking point of view. From the attacking point of view, the game was very good. Something that we would like to see from Manchester United. Starting with the formation, United play with 4-2-2-2, with the back four being Victor Lindelof, Maguire, Alex Telles, Diego Dallo, Fred McTominay. Above them, two cams, Bruno and Sancho, and leading up front were Rashford and Ronaldo. This is something that Ragnick has been playing. He has used it previously to his team, especially the Leipzig team, with Sabitzer playing the cam role, similar to Sancho, and Werner playing the pressing forward role, similar to what Rashford did. The game was very good. We started off pretty well. I haven't seen such a start in recent times. Uh, we pressed very highly and intensely. We recovered the balls very quickly within the final third itself, and the first 30 minutes were a delight to watch. Uh, I just like to read some stats about the pressing that we had. Manchester United won the ball 12 times in the final third. That is the most that we have done since Sir Alex left. That is something very huge, very, very huge. The style of play that Ralph has implemented with just one training is very, very impressive. So Ralph just came in officially after the Arsenal game, which was on Thursday, and today at Sunday we have another game. So he just had 1 or 2 days. Within those 2 days or a couple of sessions, he has improved the team immensely. You could see that within the first half, at least within the first 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes or 35 minutes, we were a bit tired and we could not see that kind of intensity after the first 35 minutes, but we were good. We had the ball, we had the control of the game even after those first 35 minutes. Second half, things didn't start off pretty well. Like we had the ball, but Palace seemed to be adapted to the tactics Ralph had in the first half. They were so the first half in the first half Ralph used his gegenpressing technique where he forces the opposition to go wide. Palace were very hesitant in the first half to go wide. The basic idea of pressing and making them forcing them to go wide is that to outnumber them in the wider position and get the ball again, which is what we saw. Manchester United gain ball 12 times in the final third, which is very huge. The best we had this season was against Arsenal and Newcastle, and that was mere 7. So that is something very, very huge. Apart from the first half, the second half, as I was telling you guys, we started off a bit. They kind of adapted to to Ralph's technique, and they started playing the ball from wide. Our intensity. See, we can't expect Ralph to have a perfect game within the first half, within a couple of sessions, right? But you could see a difference in the kind of pressing and the kind of intensity that we had in this game. Moving ahead, the only negative that I found in the first half is that in spite of having such a pressing style and having the control of the ball for most of the half, we had like 66% of the ball in the first half, 65 to 66% of the ball in the first half. The overall possession that we had in the game was over 61%. So we had most of the ball during the game. And in spite of that, we did not create much but good chances. There were chances that were created by us, but we could not convert much from it. So most of the time during the first half, you could see centre backs throwing in long balls to the strikers, Ronaldo and Rashford, and those runs that Rashford and Ronaldo made were very beautiful, but we couldn't really create much from it. We had a couple of chances like Dallo coming with a good shot in the first half, in the final minutes of the first half. It could have been a beautiful goal, but it just went above the goal. Bruno had a couple of chances. Ronaldo had a couple of chances, but we couldn't really convert those chances. So we should have been with the ball that we had in the first half. We should have been a couple of goal up, at least in the first half. At least 1-0 is what we required. That is something we need to work on. But apart from that, it was a brilliant half. Second half too, as I said that Crystal Palace kind of adapted to the our tactics, but we had the control of the ball. We created chances. Again we struggled in the final third, but it was a relatively better game that we had in recent time. Probably the best game that I've seen in recent time. I'll just read out some of the chats that we of the game. So I'll just read out. First, I'll start with the man of the match for me. Fred has been immense in recent game. His goal was immense. Uh, a right-footed shot from that kind of right-footed shot. That kind of shot, the top bin shot that Fred had from with his right foot was something probably never expected from him. Many players and the manager itself was awestruck after looking at the right-footed shot. So Ragnick in the post-match interview, he confirmed, he just joked about saying that he had to ask his assistant manager whether it was Fred with the right foot shot because he did not expect Fred to give in with that right foot shot. So I'll just read out Fred's stat. Uh, Fred had 95 total touches. He was just controlling the midfield. McTominay was there, but I believe everyone can say that Fred was the better one between the two. McTominay did not have the best of the game today. He was pretty damn average today. Fred had an 83% pass accuracy. He won 60 duels and he contested 16 duels, and out of those 16 duels, he won 10 duels. He put in 10 passes into the final third, attempted 9 tackles, and had 7 of those and had won 7 of those successfully. He had 7 ball recoveries, 2 clearance, 2 shot, and 1 beautiful goal. Moving on to another two. So another two players that were very influential and very crucial in today's game were Alex Telles and Diogo Dalot. So the average position that Alex Telles and Diogo Dalot had was something that we did not see by United fullback in recent times. They were not setting deep. They were pretty high, controlling those wing and holding the width of our team. The kind of improvement that we have seen. So Telles and Dallo did not get much chances last season. Lucio and Van Bissaka were brilliant last season, but the kind of performances that Telles and Dallo are showing in recent game is extraordinary. I'll just read out the stats for you guys. Diogo Dallo had 88% pass accuracy. He attempted 11 long balls, out of which 9 were successful. He had 6 ball recoveries, 4 attempted tackles, and out of those three tackles were successful. He had 3 attempted crosses. Out of those, 2 were successful, and he had 1 successful interception. The kind of performance that Dallo had is something that we did not expect after the Villarreal game. He was exploited and exposed during the Villarreal game, but the comeback that he has had, he's something that we would expect from a modern fullback. The kind of game, the only advantage that Dallo gives us, something that Van Bissaka could not give us or cannot give us, is that the way he carries the ball into the final third. He dribbles through the players, and that is something we do not expect much from Van Bissaka. The kind of improvement that Dallo has shown in previous 2 starts, and he deserved this start. He deserved this start after the Arsenal game, after the game that he had against Crystal Palace. He probably even deserves to start the next game. Coming to Telles, I'll just read out the stats of Telles. Alex Telles made more tackles and interceptions, that is 11 in total, than any other player on the pitch versus Crystal Palace. That is the kind of game that we had against our fullbacks had against Crystal Palace. I'll read out more stats about the game. So during the first half, Manchester United has the best half that best first half that we have ever had in this season. We had 108 passes ending in the final third. We had 26 touches in opposition's box and 26 passes into opposition box. The possession won in final third within the first half itself. Out of the 12 that we had in the game, it was 6, so it was evenly divided between the 2 halves. Moving ahead to the final stats of the game, the first game of Ralph Rangnick's era. We had 61.3% possession. We had 14 chances created, 12 possession won in the final third, and the most important part, we had 0 goals conceded. The clean sheet, that is something that we needed very crucially in this recent time. Our defensive record was very shaky and very poor in the recent form run, which is something Carrick focused to bring in. He played very defensively and tried to have that basic structure that a football team needs. And Ralph, obviously, we know. I haven't seen a vertical progression, a United playing with such a good vertical progression in recent time. The confidence and the kind of intensity that we had during the game was very, very remarkable. Moving on to, I'll just read out some quotes after the game. One of which was my favorite, is Bruno Fernandes' quote on for Fred. I'll just read it out for you guys. So this is something that Bruno joked about Fred. Fred has these moments, one shot per year. Everyone is happy for him because he's such a nice guy. He works a lot and people don't talk about him. He deserves the praise. Bruno jokingly said that he has those kind of shots once per year. But that is something we have seen about Fred at his previous club. That is why Man City wanted Fred. That is why probably we signed Fred. Today, actually, we saw the Brazilian Fred unlocked, uh, and the fun part is that we got Fred unlocked ahead of unlocking Pogba. We have been trying to unlock Pogba since a long time, since the time he has been here. We haven't seen the really consistently the best of Pogba yet, and we hope that we could see that under Ralph. Moving ahead to a couple of quotes from Ralph. Ralph was very, very appreciative about our defense, our structure that we had, and he said that the clean sheet was the crucial part of the game, not the goal. I'll just read out a couple of quotes from Ralph. The way we defended, we had controlled the entire game. The clean sheet was most important part of the game. He also added on to that, saying it is easier to build on things after you are successful. We must produce further clean sheets and get better at creating chances for our attack. Overall, was very pleased with the way we played today. So as I pointed out, we had a very good defensive structure today, but we lacked in the final third. That is not something we expect from Manchester United, the kind of attack that we had. We have a very, very good attacking force at Manchester United, and to be very honest, the main thing where we struggled was probably the final third. We did create a lot of chances, but we could not convert those chances into goal, and that is something Ralph is surely going to focus. He also mentioned about the training he had, and he said that within one or two training sessions that we had, the kind of response that he got from the team is very impressive. He was very impressed by the team, and he said that there is a lot of work to be done. He'll focus on showing players how they can develop with by showing them videos and the kind of methodology that he wants the team to play with. He wants to show them that how they can improve as an individual player by playing under his belt, by playing under his system. So that's it about the game. Very thrilled to watch the game. That is probably one of the most exciting games that I've seen in the recent time. The kind of intensity and press. I've talked a lot about it. I won't say it once again. I'll just read out the positions on the. So with that win, we are we have climbed fifth to the sixth on the table, but Arsenal is yet to play, and Spurs has only played 14 games. So I'll just read out the table. The first three are City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Each played 15 games and scoring 35, 34, and 33 points respectively. That is those three are probably the ones competing for the league. We would have been there, but things didn't work out really well for us. That is something we expected from our team in this at the start of the season to compete, at least compete for the league title, if not win it. But it seems like we are already out of it. Talking about the next four positions, the top four, which is very crucial. West Ham have been very good this season. They won the game against Chelsea, and with that win, they are fourth with 27 points after playing 15 games. Spurs, on the other hand, are fifth with 25 points after playing only 14 games. United being sixth with 24 points after playing 15 games, and Arsenal seventh with 23 points after playing 14 games. So Arsenal and Spurs have played a game less. So I believe that if Arsenal wins, we'll be seventh again. And but the point difference has been reduced. It is not a one game thing. We have many games to play. The league is only half done and we have more 14 games to play, 13 games to play. But I believe that we can give a good push to top four. Moving on to our next game. Our next game is the UCL game against Young Boys. We are already qualified for the UCL game, but the first place is not yet secured. We need a draw or a win to secure the first place. But if we lose and Villarreal wins by a two goal. So Villarreal the goal difference of Villarreal is 2 and ours is 3. So we have one goal advantage in terms of goal difference. But if Villarreal wins with that kind of margin, and if we lose, we'll lose the first spot, and that is something we don't want. We don't want to be second in this group, at least in this group. This group was is very easy relatively, and United is expected to be at the top. And looking at the beginning of the Ralph era, it is very. I'm very excited to see the kind of performance we'll have in the further games. One more name that I would like to point out is Anthony Elenga. Uh, I read out in the previous few days that Elenga had impressed Ralph pretty well. He had a very good first preseason. He impressed probably everyone in the preseason, but he did not get much opportunity and was playing with the under 23s since then. But it seems like Ralph has been very much impressed by him and even got some first team minutes. He came on for Rashford in the second half. He played like 10 to 15 minutes and he was very good. He did not get involved much, but he was decent when he had the ball. Couldn't really say much about it because he did not get much minutes and was not involved much during the game, during the time that he played. But that is something huge for Elanga because he did not get. He was not even on the bench in the recent times, and coming in as a substitute on the first game of Ralph is something very crucial for him. We know the kind of player Ralph has created. We talk about Timo Werner, we talk about Kimmich, Sadio Mane, and many other gems that Ralph has found. He even found Allen for Salzburg and Leipzig. The kind of gem that Ralph has found is very. The list is very big. And mention down in the comment whether Alanga is capable of going into that list. With that, we end the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, as we requested in the previous podcast, that please help us reach where we were on the Instagram. The link is in the bio. Also, follow us on other platforms. The links are in the bio. We expect you to have a bit of interaction in terms of like, comment, give us feedback, answer our questions, criticize us, do anything that we do, but interact with us. That is something that helps us to push down the algorithm of YouTube. Uh, with that, that's it for today, guys. Bye, guys.